welcome to the SABC News COVID-19 Global Wrap. I'm Busisiwa Khatebe. This week, I bring you highlights of news which dominated headlines with regards to the coronavirus pandemic. But before we delve into it, let us have a look at some global stats. The world has over 169.6 million cases, with over 151.3 million recoveries and over 3.5 million deaths. South Africa has 1,649,977 cases, with 1,548,092 recoveries and 56,170 deaths. Renowned epidemiologist Professor Salim Abdul Karim has called on the medical sector to prepare hospitals and healthcare workers for a potential third wave of the coronavirus. Professor Karim has advised against complacency on health protocols. The Western Cape government is hoping to administer 40,000 more COVID-19 vaccines this week. Around 113,000 people have already been vaccinated against COVID-19 in the province. Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize says by Monday midnight, there were more than 700,000 people that were vaccinated in the country. On to the rest of Africa. The continent has now recorded over 4.8 million COVID-19 cases with more than 4.3 million recoveries, and the death toll stands at 129,912. The World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa says the continent needs at least 20 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine in the next 6 weeks to get second doses to all who received a first dose within the 8 to 12-week interval between doses recommended by the WHO. The Regional Office for Africa says a blockage on supplies and financial challenges are delaying Africa's rollout of COVID-19 vaccines and risk curtailing plans to significantly expand the continent's rollout later this year. And lastly, Sudan is struggling to provide hospital beds, drugs, and medical oxygen to COVID-19 patients hit by a third wave of infections that is straining the country's patchy healthcare system beyond what it can cope with. And in international news, in the United States, President Joe Biden ordered aides to find answers to the origin of the COVID-19 virus, saying U.S. intelligence agencies are pursuing rival theories, potentially including the possibility of a laboratory accident in China. And almost half of more than 3.4 million COVID-19 deaths reported so far in the world have occurred in the Americas. But the real numbers may be higher, the Pan American Health Organization warned. In Asia, India scrapped local trials for well-established foreign vaccines as it tries to accelerate the vaccination rollout to counter the world's worst surge in infections. China will provide 1 million doses of a COVID-19 vaccine to Nepal, its ambassador said on Wednesday, as authorities in the Himalayan country scrambled to secure shots amid a surge in infections that has overwhelmed its rickety health system. And Germany's BioNTech asked Taiwan to remove the word country from an announcement it planned to make on vaccines to the island, its health minister said, giving details of the deal whose axing was blamed on China by Taipei. And in Europe, Portuguese authorities have relaxed COVID-19 safety rules for thousands of English fans coming to Porto for Saturday's Champions League final, no longer requiring them to stay in bubbles and lifting restrictions on movement. Germany plans to make enough COVID-19 vaccine doses available to offer a first shot to all children aged 12 and over by the end of August, a draft health ministry document showed. Sweden will go ahead and ease some of its COVID-19 restrictions from June 1st, Prime Minister Stefan Löfven said. Russia's Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit from U.S. company Gilead Sciences that challenged a Russian government decision to let a local firm develop and market the anti-COVID-19 drug remdesivir without Gilead's consent. Russia has also signed an agreement to supply UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, with enough doses of its Sputnik V vaccine to vaccinate 110 million people, the Russian Direct Investment Fund said. And finally, France's Sanofi and Britain's GlaxoSmithKline launched a late-stage human trial for a recombinant COVID-19 vaccine candidate on Thursday, which they hope to get approved by the end of 2021. The study, initiated by Sanofi and GSK, is one of the first late-stage trials that combines tests for boosters and variants as drug makers adapt their strategies to deal with an evolving coronavirus. For the latest updates on the coronavirus, visit SABC News